Guys, how's everybody doing? Hope good. I wanted to hop on here and do some oracle cards for you and see what our spirit guides or angels or ancestors have to tell us. It's Monday, so we can get some clarification for the beginning of the week. And again, this is fun. This is clarification. A lot of times it really does resonate. So if this stuff interests you, please stay. If you don't know me, I'm Christine, the founder, owner of Whispers of the Wounded Soul. I found my platform, my practice, while healing myself. I had to go within and do some deep shadow work and deep soul searching, a lot of inner child work. It wasn't easy. It was really hard, but it helped me write a book. Turning Wounds into Wisdom, Learning and Healing from Trauma. I also wrote a companion guide. It's a shadow work journal that goes kind of with each chapter and each type of trauma, but this is all for you and about you. It's just questions, and I tried to leave some space for you to write some of your own prompts, some of your little journal. And then at the end of the book, there's some, fun little things that I added for you, some mantras. But the reason I wanted to write this book and put myself out there, I'm still working on the full memoir. This is a thin book compared to my whole life. There's only bits and pieces in here. But I wanted to help others heal. And I felt that if you don't realize that I've been there, that I've literally lived it and went through it, you might not want to trust me. You might want to know what makes you think you're going to help me heal. You've never even experienced this. I know some people are like that because I used to kind of be like that. How would this person know if they've never been through it? You don't have to be through the exact things, but trust me, I've been through enough trauma and I'm still here. And I'm, in the past, probably 15, 20 years, I've gathered so many tools. I've done webinars and I've done courses. I became a belief clearing practitioner. I earned a certification in hypnosis. I'm working now on NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and that's hypnosis mixed with anchoring. There's so many things that we can do to clear those sabotaging beliefs, those self-limiting beliefs, the self-sabotage that we do to ourselves. I've done it myself in relationships and jobs and everything. We get so used to being in that down, in that depressed state that's what's comfortable for us. And there's times where when we're out there having to, live like a normal life and act like normal people, I used to have trouble even going into a store. I was petrified. I don't know of what. I think I've mentioned in another video where I had a job years back where I pulled in the parking lot and I couldn't walk in the door. I called out sick. It was like this, and they call it the freeze, fight, flight, or freeze, or fawn. You know how a deer will stop in your headlights. I literally froze. I couldn't walk in the door. I don't know what it was. You're not good enough, or what do these people think of you, or are you going to be able to do this right today? I think I had an issue the day before where I had messed something up, but we all did. We've all made that mistake, and they even said that, well, this is fixable, and we've all made it, and you're new, so, we're all good. All kinds of things. So I just wanted to share that with you. That's why I put myself out here. It's kind of weird for me to know that a lot of people read my life story. There's those of you out there that know intimate things and details of my life. But if I didn't share it, you might not realize that I get it, that you're not alone, right? So yeah, before we go, I want to read a part of one of my chapters to you, and then give you an idea of the whisper back section at the end. I'm just going to jump in anywhere, again, randomly, because I don't want to give the whole book away either, in case you do want to read it. So, on the first anniversary of his wife's death, he drank very heavily and cried all day. Losing his wife was really eating him up inside. It was so hard to see him so sad. I knew there was nothing I could do. I just gave him his space that day. I knew he loved me. He always did, but I also knew if his wife had not died, he wouldn't be with me. I carried that with grace. He and my daughter were really cute together. He was so patient. It was so nice for my daughter to have that dad figure in her life. He loved her, and she loved him too. She asked him one day when she was 3 years old, "Can I call you Daddy?" And she called him Daddy with his first name, but I did not put names in my book. He really lit up and said, "Of course you can." Sunday mornings became their special thing, donut day. He'd let me sleep in, and he would take my daughter to pick her favorite donut, and they'd always bring me an everything bagel with cream cheese. For the first time, I had a real family. We were really like a real family. So, that just a quick little part. And at the end, the whisper back, have you ever loved someone who changed you but couldn't stay? What did their presence awaken in you? What did their absence teach you? So, this is what the similar things that are in the shadow work book that I said I wrote at the companion to this. You should definitely have a journal, because journals are amazing. Journals help you release. When you write something out and you're trying to release it, and you're saying that I'm releasing this thought today, I'm releasing this thing today, and you're writing it out, that really does help release. You can write things out on a sticky note and throw it away, or rip it up, or burn it, or whatever. That's a lot of how releasing is, and journaling was how I made this book, trying to release all those negative thoughts and trying to learn from what was this trying to teach me. What possibly could have come out of this? What did it teach me? Well, one thing it taught me is it taught me how to heal and how to help others. I went through my whole life of trauma and of hell, because I'm meant to be here to help guide others through, because you can get through it. It's not the end. It's not easy. But if you do the work, you can change those beliefs. If you've been beat down your whole life, you have to remember too, I've had people say, well, I did this or that a couple times and it didn't work. How many years have you been beating yourself up? How many years have you been calling yourself worthless, or a piece of shit, or you're not smart, or you're too this, or you're too that? How many years have you been beating yourself up? When have you looked in the mirror and told yourself you love yourself, and that you're smart, and that you've done your best? Look in the mirror and genuinely look yourself in the eyes and tell yourself you've done your best. I forgive you. You did you did your best with what you had. And we're here to just grow from this. So let's do this. Get past it. Talk to your inner child. That's your inner child, especially if it was childhood trauma. So, and then the ritual, like the practice to just calm yourself back down, because it's not fun doing these questions. Light a candle. Speak their name out loud. Whisper, "Thank you for the love. I carry you forward, not in pain, but in purpose. I am still here, and I will keep going, knowing you are still with me." Right? It wasn't easy doing the shadow work and healing. Some heavy, deep crying, and but it took a weight off me, and that's because you're carrying it all inside you. You carry your anxiety. That's why people have pain in their shoulders. That's why people get that headache right here between the eyes. All the anxiety medication out there, all the people depressed, because we're constantly in our heads. And it's just like you need to calm down, quiet yourself down, and just be with those thoughts, because when you keep pushing them down, it's affecting your body. You're carrying it all. I am still in pain. I'm not completely healed. I still have a long way to go, but I don't feel the pressure as heavy after releasing a lot of ancestral crap, baggage. And I kind of did that through my inner child work, because there were things coming up sometimes that somehow something inside me told me I'm not the only one that has dealt with this. And me learning from it, and now even teaching my grandson, I teach him mindfulness all the time. I don't want him to grow up like I did. I don't want him to just live life sleepwalking like we all do. Get up, go to work, do this, do that. I'm letting him know, you when people, you grow up and some families say you can be whoever you want to be. I genuinely let them know that because you're creating it. So you not wanting to do your homework right now is creating your life. That's how your life's going to go. You're going to constantly want to put things off and not do it. And then I explain to him how much I love schoolwork still. I'm always studying something. I'm studying the NLP right now, the neuro-linguistic. I was in pharmaceutical college. I went to school for banking. Unfortunately, my college time didn't work out for other different reasons. It wasn't that I didn't quit or didn't do well, but I enjoy learning, and I'm trying to explain that to him, that it's, make it fun, but learn what you want to learn, what you want to know. Catch yourself. He'll be playing a game and he'll say, "Oh, I'm so stupid," and then he'll stop and say, "No, that was just stupid because that mistake that I made or something that I did." He's catching himself. And how many times have we called ourselves stupid? And it's not that, and I tell him that. He's like, "Oh, I don't believe it," but your subconscious believes it. Your subconscious mind, part of your brain, that part of your brain does not distinguish between what's real and what's not real. And for people that don't understand that, you can go Google it because it's fascinating. You can study quantum physics, look some stuff up. It's fascinating. But anyway, yeah, I'm not going to preach, but to be mindful, and I'm learning to be mindful. I'm learning to catch myself, and I'm hoping that I'll catch myself with decisions. We tend to make the repeated wrong decisions over and over again, not out of stupidity. There's people that say, "Well, you're an adult now, and you still keep doing it." It's not about that. Just because you're an adult doesn't mean all your trauma went away and all the rewiring just snaps back into place. That doesn't happen. It took years or whatever happened to you to cause that. Even a one time could traumatize someone. So something can happen to you one time, and your whole wiring in your body and everything just shuts down, and that's it. So you have to try to pull yourself back out of that trauma. And a lot of it is being mindful how you're speaking to others and yourself. Don't talk down to someone else. Don't talk down to yourself. It's neat to see my grandson though catching it, because now already I've changed something in our history or our lineage or however, or even just in our immediate family right now. If anyone ever talked down to themselves and called themselves not good enough or whatever, I have him mindful enough that when he ever says that, he's going to catch it and stop. We can do it little by little. We all have, we're all in control of our own thoughts and our own reactions. And once you start really realizing that, this is all of this, what we're living right now, is like a story. And you get to create your story every day. Every day when you wake up, you're going to create a good story or a bad story. It's going to be happy. It's going to be positive, or, did you stub your toe and now your whole day's ruined? Because I used to be like that. Well, now my whole day, and I would walk around. I would always be nice to people, and I've said that before. Outwardly, if you know me, when am I not smiling? But inside, I was beating myself up. I was miserable. I didn't want to, all kinds of self-talk, sabotage and negative talk was going on in my head all the time. That's all I did. And I know there's some of you out there, because a few of you reached out to me and said, "How do I turn this off?" You have to rewire the words. You have to change the words. It's that simple, but it's not easy at the same time. It's a lot of work. So right now we have card number 8. I'm not underestimating my own magic anymore. And the card is Magic, Power, Beginnings, and Transformation. That is number 8. So let's see. I trust in the magic and the power within me. If you have pulled this card, you are entering a powerful and pivotal era in your life. Royal energy of the Queen and King. Your highest self is so proud of you. You are undergoing a spiritual and psychological transformation after a journey of obstacles. Though it may feel new and unfamiliar, it is a potent place for you. To grow, take action and trust yourself more than you ever have before. Do you see how beautiful that sunshine is? It brings with it so many possibilities, adventure, and excitement. Be brave and try something new. You've got this. Stop feeding the demon of doubt in your head. Instead, give it love and watch it turn into an angel. It's okay to hit a learning curve. It's okay to make mistakes, especially when you accept accountability for them and try to do better next time, while giving yourself more grace, compassion, and forgiveness. You're not going to get it all right or perfect, and you're not supposed to. You're meant to live the fullest and truest expression of yourself. You are meant to fully feel alive. Take the higher path you feel called to. You are the hero of this story, and it's time to stop underestimating how powerful you are. You are capable of so much. You can be a fair and balanced ruler in your own life. All of the spiritual guidance you need is within you. Your connection with your own magic and with spirit is very strong, especially at this point in your journey. Remember to trust yourself. You, more than anybody, know where you would know where to go next, even if it's just to a place of peace and contentment in your psyche. There is also a path, and if you're coming to turbulence, that it is more than enough. There is also a path, and if you're coming from turbulence, that is more than enough. Sometimes the journey can only be walked from within. Go to that place. Do that thing. It's time. And it says take action and try new things. Even baby steps are better than nothing. Practice being brave and allowing yourself to make mistakes. But more than anything, walk that higher path. Your higher self is watching and guiding you. Light a candle for them and seek connection and communion on your journey. They're always within you. They are you. Wow. 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 Don't underestimate your own magic. See, we're in control of our own stories. We're the ones that create how we react and what happens in our lives. Wow. I want to do an inner child card. So if that resonated with anyone, then that was a message that you needed to hear right now. You know, these are for me too. These messages are for all of us. Our inner child says, choose yourself today. Do not deny your importance. And it's card number 8. Card number 8. So 8, the number 8, or 88, might resonate with you if you see a lot of repeating numbers. I do all the time. I really believe in that. It's not always just coincidence. You'll realize that if you're watching that too. You're repeating numbers. I see 1111, 222, 333, 444 constantly. 1010. 1001, which on the digital clock, the 1001, those are all messages. And so I have to go back and what was I thinking about, or what was I working on at that moment that I saw that, because it's some type of confirmation. And like I said, not always, but if you're consistently seeing certain repeating numbers, there's probably a message for you. Especially now if you're seeing the number 8. Our inner child has always been sensitive to a promise broken, a desire disregarded, or a hope lost. It is paramount that we show our inner child, and by default, our present selves, that they are important to us and our actions. Ask yourself what it looks like for your inner child to be important to you today, this week, this month, and this year. Write down your answers on a piece of paper. Some of these answers might be overwhelming or seem unattainable, and that's okay. Look at your answers and make a list of ways you can show yourself that you are important every day. Try to distill your weekly, monthly, and yearly answers into a 10 or 15-minute daily task. For example, if your yearly answer is to write a book, then a daily task could be to write 200 words each day. Once you have your list, write each task down on a small piece of paper folding each one and placing it into a bowl or in a similar container. Pick one each day and do it for yourself. Make sure to practice celebrating yourself after each task has been completed. And a responsive journaling prompt, are there aspects of yourself that you feel might not be worthy of praise or accomplishment, that you feel you're not good enough? If so, give yourself praise no matter how insignificant your accomplishments may seem to you. When you give yourself praise, do so with enthusiasm of a proud parent, then presented with a masterpiece from a toddler. Wow. So choose yourself today. And don't underestimate your own magic. I want to do one more from the Angels and Ancestors deck. Love this deck. It's one of my favorites. So, we have to take care of ourselves. Our when they say mind, body, spirit, all of it. Eat healthier, think healthier, and you can't just. And I've been there. I've had severe depression where I've been on medication, and if you read my book, you'll see there was all kinds of medications and different things. But it's you. It was me that one day just recently when I fell into it again. When I wrote the book, I was in a bad way, mentally, physically. My organs were literally shutting down. I was very sick. My doctors were warning me that something needed to change drastically. My stress level, the depression, it was terrible. And I was allowing myself to continue sinking because I just allowed those thoughts to just beat me up. I can't even tell you what thoughts went through my head. I wouldn't, I've written a book and put my whole life out there. I wouldn't even tell a soul the kind of thoughts that were going through my head. I didn't want to be here anymore. There was nothing that. Yeah, there is. We're all here for a reason. Get up. Come on. And it wasn't easy. It took me months to do the shadow work and clear a lot of it out. I'm not saying I just jumped out of my depression. Not at all. I think for almost 2 months, I did nothing but sleep. Waiting for work to come in, doing applications and resumes and doing things, but it seemed like nothing was working out for me. Somehow I was self-sabotaging it because I was so down. We're all energy. Positive attracts positive, negative attracts negative. All I did was think about what I didn't have and what was negative and what was wrong, and that's what I kept seeing. And as soon as I started realizing that I had worth, that I was in charge of myself, that I had to love me, that it didn't matter who liked me or loved me, none of it mattered. All these things started occurring to me. None of this matters. What we're taught, that we're told matters. It doesn't. It doesn't. So let's see. So the card we have today is called Trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. Wow. Make connections and exchange information, talents, or support. The trader reminds you to be open and honest and act with integrity in your exchanges, because doing something to get something will only lead to challenges. So this is saying when he appears, he could represent an opportunity to exchange talents, whatever they may be, in order to expand or be about the exchange of energies that come from the universe. Or both. For example, if you are a creative person or consider yourself creative, when you share your talents, you are giving them, and when you do so, the universe will give you more in order for you to share more. It's all a beautiful cycle. So sorry by the way I'm reading. But yeah, this exchange of energy doesn't necessarily mean financial energy, but it could also be about supporting in order to feel supported. If you've been holding back with your offerings, now is the time to change that. Allow yourself to be open, honest, and vulnerable. You know, so kind of almost what I'm doing here, sitting out here doing this, I'm exchanging my energy, my healing energy to you. That's how I'm taking it. You know, the trader, trading energies. And I'm trying to, you know, not trade, because I don't want your negative energy if you're negative. But in a way, when you're really positive and in a good positive energetic flow, you can take people's negativity and turn it around for them and yourself. There's the Ho'oponopono. I never say it right. Ho'oponopono. It's the I love you. Wait, please forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Whatever way you say it, there's no right way. So I think it's please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. I love you. And you can look that up. It's a Hawaiian saying, and it's actually in, I think, both of my books. I don't even remember. Not terrible. But yes, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. That's it. And they do say that you can say it in any order, how you see fit. But it's to you, to your higher self, and to the universe. And even if someone exchanges, you know, if someone's telling you something that happened to them and it was really bad, and you feel like you're absorbing their energy, you can release their energy by saying that. Go look that up. Yeah, it's kind of neat. And then I want to pull a shadow card for you real quick. Something that I want you to, you know, if you'd want. I'm saying I want you to do it like I'm telling you what to do. But you can take a journal or just a piece of paper. And the card I pulled is Isolation. In solitude, discover your true self and connect deeper. What did I just say? You have to go, you have to get quiet and go inside yourself in order to heal and in order to find the answers that you're looking for. You know, we're always looking outside ourselves for the answers, but it's literally, it's all right inside of us. You know, the kingdom in heaven is within you. It's all here. It's all inside of us. And, you know, we're taught, you know, to question ourselves. And, you know, going back to the book I always want to plug, Don Miguel Ruiz, The Voice of Knowledge. We start out these happy, innocent little children with just pure hearts and joy and love. And, you know, we're taught to question and judge things and all of it. It's you need to read that book. Really life-changing for me. I call it my Bible. I have pages, you know, folded down. And I do still have my Bible. Like, for those who I'm not... I started studying Christ consciousness and the lost teachings of Jesus. And what's the other one I have down here? Why can't I think? Oh, the Dead Sea Scrolls. You know, all of these things that I learned. And Jesus was never about church and about separating us by religions and worshiping him in the way that we do. He was trying to teach us all of these things. I have something on my mirror that I always look at. In all things whatsoever you shall ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. And that's manifesting. And that's, you know, what you believe, what you focus on is what you get. What you believe, what you ask for and what you believe. So if you're constantly talking about yourself like you're a piece of crap and you're constantly thinking that nothing ever works out for you, you're attracting that. You're literally attracting that. Yeah. So those are amazing too, the Dead Sea Scrolls. And one more. I want to do one of these animal oracles. I was just looking for my glasses. So this one is Bee Community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the queen of abundance. Or the king, if you're watching this in your mail. You know, with oracle and tarot, there is no really separation like that. I'm going to pull one more card. It's like a half-hour video. I'm sorry, guys. Choice. I think we already got, I feel like we get the same cards, but maybe some of you, maybe myself too, aren't hearing. You are being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition, eliminate everyone else's input, and feel your way into the choice that is right for you. The time is now. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you resonated with some of the oracle or some of the messages. Maybe it was a message you did need to hear. I can pull a high vibe and see if it's quick. This one's just about grounding yourself. More and more, I mean, the cards that I'm pulling are telling us to ground, you know, go inside, get quiet inside yourself, you know. Tune into your moods. Most of us are so busy with tasks at work that we don't pay attention to our emotion. I mean, it can't be any more clearer, guys. It can't be any more clear. You know, we're in charge. Like I said, I'm not saying if you're depressed, you just snap out of it, because that's the worst thing you could do. And I've had people do it to me, and I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't okay. So it's not something you snap out of, but it's something you have to learn. You just have to really believe and tell yourself that I'm in charge of this. I'm in charge of laying here right now. So I'm going to call my strength back. I call my power back to me. I call my strength back to me. Jesus, God, whoever, you pray, if you pray to God, pray to the universe. To me, it's the same thing. God is the universe. God created it. It is all, I always say that it's all one, and that's what helped me get through. But yeah, ask for guidance, quiet your mind, and you'll get there. I promise. And stick around. But I will put some links in the bottom for my book, for my websites, and I hope you guys all have a great week. And I will be back as soon as I can. Love you guys. Bye.